starting my presentation, let me ask you one question. Have you ever had a first love? I am pretty sure that everyone in the world has their first love in their entire life. Even me. And I'm also sure that you remember him or her with vivid memories. When you think of that person, what kind of memory comes to mind? It may be emotions like love, nervousness, curiosity, or it may be sad or happy stories between you and your first love. Nobody in the world forgets their first love, whether it was a positive or negative memory. Then, why? There are largely two kinds of memories. One is procedural memory and the other is declarative memory, which can be divided into episodic memory and semantic memory. The first one, procedural, is a memory based we cannot get by our letters, but by our body. Like riding a bike, through your body, you remember it. On the other hand, declarative is a memory based on words, and you can describe it with sentences. If the words and sentences can make a story, it is episodic memory, and if they cannot, it is semantic memory, like words from the word base or their spelling. Oh, something's wrong. Episodic memory can make stories, and such stories can cause readers to feel emotion. Stories are recognized by consciousness, but emotions are not. Emotions cannot be controlled rationally. That means they are always with us whether we are aware of them or not. And thus, emotions are stronger than sentences. Let me give you an example. An experiment about relationship between memory and emotion was conducted. The participants were divided into two groups, and researchers showed both groups a series of photographs. But one group was shown with boring story, while the other group was shown with story causing people's emotional changes. 2 weeks later, when the participants were asked to describe the story in detail, the first group expressed it differently, while the later group could remember and explain it in much more details. Also, structurally, emotional administrator amygdala and memorial administrator hippocampus are connected nearby. Their placement also seems to support the idea that emotion enhances the memories. So, let's go back to the first point. Just think of your first love. When you think of your first love, your feeling toward that person will first come to your mind, not exactly who he or she was. Because the very first love gave you the first impression of what love is. That impression was too strong for you to forget. That is why you remember your first love. And now, I want to say emotions are the true keys of memorizing. If you have something to memorize for some purpose, try to associate the information with what you feel with it. As emotions help you enhance your memory, you will be successful in memorizing things you need. Thank you for listening.